When's the last time you and your family had a deep and meaningful conversation around wealth? If you're like my family and many others, chances are the answer is not recently, or perhaps even not ever. And that's not surprising. Talking about wealth can be particularly challenging. In some cases, the topic of wealth is taboo. In some other cases, it's assumed to be understood. Oftentimes the conversations come with mixed emotions, and many times people are expected to learn through osmosis or trial and error. But it doesn't have to be that hard. If you're looking for a deep conversation on wealth, there are many wonderful professional resources out there who can help you dig into the topic. But if you're looking to just start a conversation around wealth, we found that there are 7 questions that you can ask that can open up that discussion in a really non-threatening way. The first question is, why is it important to build the capacity to talk about wealth? Building a common purpose and a common understanding for why this is important can encourage people to begin to share. The second question is, why is it hard to talk about wealth? What are the costs? Putting those anxieties on the table can help you understand others around you and can enable you to move around those anxieties and get to the heart of the matter. The third question is, why is it okay to have different perspectives about wealth? You may be surprised to hear that siblings raised in the same family with the same parents and largely the same experiences can have vastly different perspectives about wealth. Understanding those different perspectives and normalizing those differences is really important to remove judgment from the equation and begin to understand how other people think. The fourth question is, what are my seminal stories around wealth? Oftentimes when people try to talk about wealth, they try to talk conceptually, big ideas. We found that stories are much more practical and also enable you to connect and understand in ways that big ideas that others may not be able to connect to can't. The fifth question is, what is the purpose of money? Now, I've asked my daughters this question recently and was super surprised by how they responded. We think you'll be just as surprised if you ask those questions, even to people who you think you know really deeply and really well. The sixth question, and one of the more difficult ones, is what is our wealth culture here today? Hearing how different people vocalize and describe the wealth culture can really be a window into how they think and a window into how you two can connect together. And the seventh question is, what type of wealth culture do we aspire to? This conversation is especially interesting because it can move from what do we have today to highlight what do people aspire to, what are their interests, what do they hope for, and can help you move the conversation forward in a really interesting way, we think. So, the next time you're sitting around the table and the topic of wealth comes up, rather than avoid it or change the subject to weather or sports, give these 7 questions a try. We think you'll be surprised about what you learn about yourself and also what you learn about those around you. Good luck.